particularly with this record, I don't know if you guys found the same, but I was not thinking about who was going to hear it, which I think is why we were able to be, you know, quite so free.
We were quite deep into the process, probably like the last quarter of the record process, and it felt like we started to have a bit of a sense of the shape of the album. And there was it felt like maybe something that hadn't been expressed that was becoming very clear to us, which was this like more kind of hymnal in its like structure, but something that felt like it roots and gives the foundation for a story that doesn't feel confined or constrained by a typical song structure. So went and put down kind of the initial chord structures that would enable or inspire movement on something like this, and that's how this began. I think within 3 or 4 hours we probably had I'd say 70% of what we have recorded here. We just did it in the room right there and then. Started here, I think, and this idea of that chugging guitar. I don't know how well the guitars are broken out here. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just got very excited by Ben's idea for the music, and then had spent the mornings while we were up in Hudson in the coffee shop in town writing poetry, and then wanting to feel like, because so much was happening so fast musically in the studio, that I felt like I had to have some words ready, or some thoughts at least, in case what happened that day was something musically that we'd want to work to. And once Ben played this idea, and we all sat around and started picking at it. Aaron was on the guitar, Ted was on the bass, and I was sat on the sofa with a pen and all my notes from that morning. And then this lyric came together really fast, like within an hour, I think. And then we glued on the second half. And then we wanted to, by the time we get like to the second half of the song, there's been a lot of words, it's quite preachy. So then it was like, why don't we do a mantra? I think we've heard enough words, let's just sing the same words now for the rest of the song until we're done, and then stop. Yeah. And the process of like writing a lyric and looking up to my right and Ted giving it a thumbs up, and writing another lyric and looking over at Ben, who's like at the piano nodding, which is always a good sign. You know, there was this unspoken process of creativity that I think you only get, you know, quite rarely. And it makes me think of the amount of time we've spent together writing songs and recording them and performing them. And even after all that time, now feeling like we're getting good at it. And feeling like we're really finding our spot and what we want to say as well. So, yeah, I'm very proud of this one.
Reach across again. Here's where heaven starts. I end where you begin. With my hand over your heart. Reach across again. Here's where heaven starts. I'm with you till the end. With my hand over your heart. Reach across again. Here's where heaven starts. I end where you begin. With my hand over your heart. Reach across again.